How everybody doing?
Good.
I'm pretty good.
Damarius, it looked like you guys were trying some, maybe not new things, but going to a lot of four linebacker stuff, and just did it feel like there was kind of like an adjustment process?
Oh no, not too much. We practiced that over and over and over, and just getting those guys the reps and just getting them on the looks about what the offense is running, and just getting those guys lined up. They become pretty familiar with everything. So it's just about getting reps and just learning.
What did you see on the interception?
I seen the ball was like 3 yards overthrown, and I just kind of made sure I caught it, and I didn't want to just run through it and drop it, so I just secured the catch.
The offense went like 94 yards after that for the pretty key touchdown. How did it make you feel, I guess?
It made me feel really good.
I looked at the stat sheet afterwards, and Richardson had 4 tackles for a loss. When you're playing out there with him, does it seem like he's doing that, blowing up that many plays?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because when we're downfield covering, we just look back and we hear the crowd just going crazy, and I just look back and see that it's him. So it's awesome to have him on our line.
How about Tayon?
Oh, he's awesome too. He's a really good guy too, coming off the edge.
Have you seen the hit yet of the quarterback losing the
Oh yeah, I seen it towards the fourth quarter when they was just going back with all the highlights. I didn't see it when it happened because I'm back there covering, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I seen the hit.
They threw more middle screens than most teams do. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they did that because of Oregon State. They ran a lot of screens on us, and Indiana State. So it's gonna be a familiar thing that teams do that to us just because that people have success running screens on us. But we're going to practice it. We know that teams are going to do that, and we're going to be prepared for it whenever it comes.
Where do you think this defense is at after 3 games? Are you pleased, obviously being 3-0, but just where you're at going into Penn State?
Oh, we definitely have to get better. We're not where we want to be. We want to just continue to practice and just come out every week and just show people that we're good. So I'm pretty pleased with the defense, but we have a long way to go.
What areas do you think you need to get better at?
Just doing our job and just focusing on our assignment and just running to the ball, just doing the little things. Those things always equal up to be big things.
Does this defense have more speed than any of the others you've played on?
Yeah, for sure. Just having a lot of linebackers on the field at one time. You take some of the DNs off the field, and you put a linebacker in his spot. Those guys are normally faster than a DN. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that we have more speed than we did.
How big an adjustment is it for safeties as 3-down linemen versus 4-down linemen?
It's just more of knowing where your gap is and knowing if the defensive end is head up or if he's outside of the tight end. It's just a different fit and a different block. So we have to know that going into every game, in every play, if it's this personnel on the field or if it's just our base personnel.
You guys good with Damarius? Okay. Yeah. We got Mitch up here. We'll slide up there. Thanks.
Hey, I'm the real number 7, by the way.
Yes.
Any questions for Mitch?
Done. Good to go.
Who is the real number 7?
Well, my locker is actually number 7, and Damarius is 122 or something like that. So that's why I say I am. All of his team-issued clothes have number 122 on them, I think.
Mitch, it seemed like you were running real well early in the season, and today it almost looked like it went to another level. Did you feel like you were running that well?
Yeah, I felt good, felt fast. Yeah, but the defensive ends just give me some different reads there where I was able to pull the ball and some good blocking downfield, was able to, open that up and be able to stretch the play a little bit.
Can you talk about getting Shannon back and what he brings to the offense?
Yeah, very explosive player. Him and Rodney really complement each other. Sometimes I don't even know which one's in there at times. But when you get him in a situation at the end of the game like that, and he has to go get that 1 yard, I wouldn't want to be that guy making that tackle. He's very powerful, very explosive.
We've seen a couple times where they scored and you guys come right back and score. How important is it for the offense to be able to match that, kind of stop it?
Yeah, I think that's very important for the offense. You just got to come out and not let that what they just did affect how you're going to play on the next series. You just got to go out and keep playing your game, and I think it makes the defense feel a little bit more comfortable as well. When we're able to go do something like that too.
Mitch, was this game, as far as the offense, are you where you want to be, do you think, going into Penn State?
I think there's definitely some things that we need to get cleaned up, which I think we'll have no problem doing. But I like the way the receivers are playing and catching the football, and making plays when they get the ball in their hands, and running backs are playing well. I think just got to keep getting things cleaned up. You can't get complacent at this time by any means. You just got to keep putting that foot on the gas pedal.
What would you say would be an example of cleaning things up or something?
I think when you get into some of those penalties, those little penalties, those you never want to have. And then I don't know. Other than that, I guess we took a sack today. Hopefully, be able to eliminate that and just keep getting more comfortable with defenses. It probably should have been a time where I should have changed the protection there to help those guys out up front. But sometimes defense wins.
What do you think the biggest advantages of having those two running backs where they're just as good as the other?
You get guys that don't get tired the entire game, and it just wears on a defense over time because the defense is keeping their same guys out there, and we're getting 3 different backs in there that are fresh and just running through guys. So there they are right there. What's up, guys?
It seemed like the only mistake there might have been was the interception. Can you talk a little bit about what happened on that play to just not get the ball where you wanted to?
Yeah, it was close. It was right there. The defense, Coach Jay said the defender made a good play on that one. I'll have to go back and watch. I didn't even get to see the replay of what exactly happened, but it seemed like he just kind of stepped in front of it where Nick Hart was running his route. So, not too worried about that. But it would have been nice in that situation with under 2 minutes there to be able to go down and drive and put a score on the board. But credit our defense to be able to be able to make a stop there at the end of the half.
Talk about being able to score when you get in the red zone. You've been able to do that very well.
Yeah, and that's one thing we emphasize a lot in practice, being able to score in the red zone, and I think Coach Jay does a great job of play calling down there. Again, once you get down there, it's tough to stop Rodney, Shannon, and Kobe. That's a lot of horsepower coming at you.
Mitch, why have you guys been so successful in intermediate pass game this year? The 10 to 20 yard routes.
I think that's just the type of offense Coach Jay brings to the table, and we execute it. We run it well. Receivers have a good feel of what's going on, and so do I. So that's why it just happens to work out that way.
Mitch, what's the mindset on that last drive where you get a 4th and 1 and Tracy's out there getting everybody fired up? Just to be able to salt the game away like that.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get the very first time, but luckily we got that opportunity to go back out there again and seal the deal. But it's a pretty intense moment. You can tell by looking at every single one of those O-lineman faces that they want to bury their guy, and they want to be that guy that we run behind and get that first down. So it's a pretty fun atmosphere to be in, pretty intense. Again, you got to step in front of Shannon Brooks and try and tackle him in that situation. I don't want to be that guy.
Mitch, after these 3 non-conference games, is this about as good as you felt in the Big Ten play since you've been here?
Yes, I've never been this healthy. I've never been healthy coming out of the non-conference, so it feels really good right now.
Mitch, you did a couple of slides at the end of some of those runs. Have you been working on that?
Haven't been working on it, but just something, wanting to be able to stay healthy throughout this non-conference and the entire season, just take some hits off my body, definitely helps me feel better. So I don't mind it.
There was that keeper where you juked the Colorado State defender. Is that a highlight reel, the play that you'll show these running backs?
I think so. I know they enjoyed it. They both came up to me and asked where that came from. So, or Shannon asked me who I learned it from, and I said I stole that move from you. So.
Mitch, did you change things up much at the line?
Yeah, there was quite a few. The one huge run that Rodney had in Gash was changed at the line of scrimmage. Other than that, there was quite a few throughout the day. But again, Coach Jay did a great job this game of sometimes they disguise their blitzes, so he would get us into some certain formations and situations where we would be all right to just run the play called.
You guys good with Mitch? Bring up Rodney and Shannon.
Yep.
Once these guys take it, Steve will go ahead and open up the question. Steve Richardson has got it.
Shannon, we haven't had a chance to chat with you since you've been hurt. You got hurt in camp. What was the reaction to have to miss a few games to start the year?
You know, when you get hurt like that in the beginning of the camp, I'm glad it was in the beginning of the camp rather than now. So it's one of those things, you know, you just training on it too much. And when it happened, you just got to, right after surgery, just start on rehab and try to get back. But don't get back too fast. Just go off how you feel, really.
How did you feel once you got your first carries here today?
You know, it felt great this whole week of practice, just running on it and getting reps with the ones and twos and getting full speed reps. It felt good. So I know coming in, I didn't have no worries about it.
Rodney, I mean, being able to, this offense through 3 games, you know, you're over 30 every game. Just how do you feel overall about where this offense is right now?
I feel we're getting better each week. We take strides. In practice, it's very up-tempo. We're building confidence as a group, and I'm just confident heading into Big Ten play. I feel like everybody on the offense can make plays, and everybody knows that. And in the huddle, it's a good feeling knowing that.
You guys have been perfect in the red zone. The one time you don't, was that frustrating today?
Yeah, it was. For me specifically, it was frustrating because number 55 told me, he was like, y'all not going to score. So that kind of bugged me. But we've been doing a good job in the red zone. The offensive line has been doing a great job. Mitch has been making great reads, pulling the ball and scoring. So I'm definitely happy that we've gotten better in the red zone this year.
What did you guys give Mitch some grief, or I mean, in a fun way about his cuts out there today? Anybody?
Yeah, you know, seeing him make that move on those 2 defenders, and then, you know, I went over there after the play and asked him if those are his like Mike cleats. Cause I ain't know where he got that from, but you know, it's fun joking around with him when he makes plays like that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see.
Shannon, when did you know you were going to be able to go today?
Earlier in this last week's practice. Tuesday and Sunday, I got a few reps. Did like in Indy with the running backs, and then slowly moved into team and getting reps like that. So.
Imagine that first hit you took felt good.
Yeah, it did. It feels good to be back in pads out there.
Shannon, did you have something to prove because you ran like it?
No, you know, I mean, we got a great backfield, and you know, if I'm not in the game, I'm supporting my teammates, so it's not all about me. But you know, it does feel good being back out there, and you can't go out there too excited, like you got to prove something. I mean, you just gotta go out there and play your game and be calm and do what you can do.
Rodney, one thing it seems like you guys can do no matter which back is in there is pick up blitzes and pass protection. I mean, do you feel like that's improved here?
Yeah, we stressed that this offseason, and we work with the offensive line a lot. We sit in meetings with those guys to pick up blitzes. And yeah, I'm confident in everybody in the backfield. It's something that we worked on extremely hard. Coach Poore told us that somebody told him that Minnesota didn't pass protect well last year as a backfield. So that's something that I, as the oldest in the room, wanted to stress to the young guys that we had to get better in that area.
Is that something that's difficult for a running back to grasp because you're used to having the spotlight of carrying the ball so much?
For me, no. You just have to know defenses, be able to identify what's going on, see the back end. You basically have to play quarterback too as well to see how the defense is rotating, to see if they're bringing pressure from that side. So for me, no, you just got to have a wide gaze.
Shannon, how do you think your foot will respond over the next few days?
I think it'll be fine because, like I said before, getting reps, full speed reps in practice and getting hit a little bit in practice. And the next few days, it felt great. So I feel like, going there today and getting hit a few times, it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be great.
Will you have some extra treatment on it that is precautionary, or how do you proceed?
Maybe ice it, not too much therapy because it's pretty much healed. So.
Any more questions?
One thing that we've heard about is that it's kind of the same diet of plays that are in the playbook. There isn't new stuff added this week or any week. How do you feel like having the same stuff week in and week out is able to kind of help you guys?
It gives us confidence. We don't have to worry about learning new plays. So the plays we have mastered and worked on since spring ball are the plays we're running on Saturdays. So it just gives us confidence in what we're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing.